Since the first season, he has instilled fear with an unreal combination of power and speed. The big rivals simply did not have time for him, and he trampled the smaller ones into the parquet. He is the face of the NBA. He is basketball. Few people are able to become a four-time NBA champion at the age of 35, and this is not a problem for him. After all, he is LeBron James, a real sport legend. Today, we will tell you his story. LeBron James was born on December 30th, 1984 in Arcona, Ohio. His mother, Gloria James, was a 16-year-old schoolgirl at the time. She parted with LeBron's father before her son was born. From the age of 6 to 12, LeBron James moved from one place to another with his mother. Because his family did not have the opportunity to constantly pay for housing, he grew up in poor areas with a high level of crime, where gang shootings regularly took place. By the age of 10, James was seriously involved in sports. At first, he was good at American football, in which he stood out against his peers. LeBron was assigned to the children's team Akron South Rangers, where he met coach Frank Walker. When, due to an unstable housing situation, LeBron was forced to leave school in the 4th grade in the middle of the school year, Frank Walker and his wife, Pam, offered to take LeBron for a while. James lived with Walker for a year and a half, while meeting his mother on weekends. Frank Walker helped him with his studies and, after football, brought him to basketball. Not having any basketball skills at first, James quickly learned the basics of the game. By the age of 13, LeBron was the top scorer of all players in a direct and figurative sense. Already then, he grew up to 180 cm, showing amazing results on the court. Gradually, football was moving to the background. Playing for the school team Fighting Irish in the first season, James averaged a little less than 20 points and was among the leaders of the team in selection, passing and intercepting. A year later, the results improved, and the height of the guy reached 203 centimeters. When his team met Soak Hill, where the real champions played, LeBron's star arc came. Thanks to him, the opponent's team barely won, and the NBA scouts and college players were impressed with the record 33 points of the basketball player per game. Thanks to his outstanding statistics, James became the first player to be selected for the NBA draft in 2003. The Cleveland Cavaliers immediately gave him a jersey with the number 23. To journalists nicknamed LeBron the next Michael Jordan, James proved that he was a valuable addition to his native state team. And at the end of the first regular season, he was named the Newcomer of the Year. The basketball player became the first of the Cavaliers to receive this award, earning an average of 21 points per game, making 5.5 selections and 6 passes. He was also the youngest player in his 20 years to have earned such an honor. James earned $19 million in the first 4 years of his team's work. At the same time, the amount seems rather insignificant compared to what he earned on advertising contracts. LeBron's sponsorship agreement with Nike brought him $90 million. During this period, James first entered the Olympic team, receiving a bronze medal for playing in Athens. In 2005, he went down in history as the youngest player ever to score more than 50 points per game during a match against Toronto Raptors. In 2006, when he joined the All-Stars first team, LeBron was named the most valuable player of the match. The success continued with the new coach of the Cavaliers, Mike Brown. He helped the team win 50 games and take second place in the Central Division. During the 2007 to 2008 season, James scored exceptionally well, scoring an average of 30 points per game. The next step was the 2008 Olympic Games. LeBron played a key role there throughout the tournament, winning gold with the team. Returning to Cleveland, the champion joined the Cavaliers in 2008-2009. When the voting for the title of the most valuable player of the season took place, no one was surprised that LeBron finally received an award. On July 8, 2010, James announced live on one of the TV channels that he had signed a contract with Miami Heat, which caused a storm of indignation in Ohio, up to the public burning of T-shirts with the number 3. This is what LeBron himself said: "I'm moving to Miami. This is the decision I made. I want to win not only in specific matches, but also fight for titles." The main factor in making the decision was the opportunity to win, now and in the future. Immediately after LeBron's announcement of his decision to move to Miami, the owner of the Cavaliers team, Dan Gilbert, contacted the fans with an open letter through the official website. "Dear fans of Cleveland, our former hero, who grew up on our land, left the team." He announced this after several days of self-admiration and narcissism in the TV show. Of course, we are disappointed that the club's management has never betrayed you and will never betray you. Some people think they can get to heaven without dying. They are mistaken. However, despite public indignation, LeBron started in Miami quite cheerfully. In the 2011 to 2012 season, James and his team made a big breakthrough. LeBron finally won his first title when he beat Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals. With him, the team saw another success in the 2012 to 2013 season, winning the second championship in a row. However, the contract was coming to an end, and the athlete decided to go home, becoming part of the Cavaliers again. LeBron made it to the NBA Finals, becoming the first player in the last 50 years to reach the championship in 5 seasons in a row. In the 2015 to 2016 season, he finally led the team to the first championship for the first time in 52 years, overcoming the so-called curse of Cleveland. In July 2018, James signed a contract with Los Angeles Lakers. In an interview with a sports magazine, LeBron's agent Rich Paul said, in 2010, when James moved to Miami, it was about championships. In 2014, when he returned to Cleveland, it was about keeping his promise. In 2018, he could do whatever he wanted. However, this time the start in the new club turned out to be not very successful. LeBron often suffered injuries. In addition, he was not called to the national team. In the off-season, the Lakers appointed Frank Vogel as the new head coach and traded several of their young players, New Orleans Pelicans, for star player Anthony Davidson. On January 25, James beat the legend of Kobe Bryant's team and climbed to third place in the list of the best snipers in the history of the NBA a day before Kobe's death in a helicopter crash. Later, the season was suspended due to the pandemic. The league decided to finish the championship and the so-called NBA bubble was created. The location was called a bubble, specifically designed to gather the end of the championship and keep it there until the team's performance is over. James called this situation a prison sentence. In the playoff, James left the Lakers for the NBA Finals, where he beat his former team Miami Heat in 6 matches, and was recognized as the best player of the final. It was the 4th championship of LeBron James. LeBron James is often compared to Cristiano Ronaldo. Judge for yourself. Both were positioned as future superstars from the start of their careers. Both dominated at the peak due to inhuman physics. Both began to be buried almost immediately after 30, but LeBron and Chris are now 35. And they are still at the same height. Both athletes are known for their scrupulous attitude to work on themselves and the body. LeBron has a staff of personal coaches who work on his full recovery after games and support the shape over the course of the season. Among them is even a former special named Donnie Raymond, who specializes in sports mechanics. LeBron spends $1.5 million a year to maintain himself in shape. But these athletes combine not only high achievements in sports, but also the ability to monetize their personal brand. In January 2021, Forbes recognized LeBron as the highest-paid NBA player for the 7th time. According to reports, James' income for the season was $97 million, of which only a third of the salary, the rest is income from commercial contracts. LeBron James, however, takes an active political position, being a fierce supporter of Black Lives Matter. He created an organization called More Than Just a Voice, which includes the celebrities of Afro-American origin. There are active rumors that LeBron is going to run for president of the United States. After completing his career, the prospects are real. He is an ideal family man with a large family, unnoticed in some vicious scandals. Plus, LeBron is in a short relationship with Barack Obama and tries to follow the same path of a fighter for the rights of Americans. LeBron has already conquered the basketball heights, so why not take on a new challenge? Will it be or not? Time will tell. And that's all. Write the story of what great athletes you would like to know. Subscribe and hit the bell. See you soon.